welcome everybody to my ear raping live. No, I'm just kidding. But how long has it been since I've raped your ear, huh, John? Over PSN.
A long time.
uh,
Kind of missed it.
you did. Ew! Okay, so welcome everybody to the 2018 Survivor Series review. I know you guys have missed us, and hi, I'm sorry, it's been a while. And of course, by your screen, you can tell I did not get the 2K19 because I'm still playing 2K17. But anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and talk about Survivor Series 2018, as we were talking about a couple things. I know this review is kind of late, but work and school and wrestling just not being that much of a priority has been a factor of all those things. So apologies to everybody who has missed us, which has been all 0 of you freaking subscribers who don't email me. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So, without further ado, John, did you watch the Survivor Series pre-show by any chance?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I did not, so would you care to give us a little bit of feedback on those?
Um,
What'd you think of those?
it was like okay. It was like kind of feel like it was the revival with
Mm-hmm.
down to the Usos. They like started off slow.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think. Someone got like the Colognes were in there somehow.
Really?
Uh, it was just basic. It wasn't like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, basic.
they, yeah, and then the Usos ended up coming back and winning it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, which I think now they've like won 2 years in a row.
Really?
But yeah, because they won last year,
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes
and then
sense.
so they won this year. It was like okay, it was their only win, but they didn't count it apparently, so
Mm-hmm.
they
That
didn't
kind of
count it.
sucks. Well, I mean, at this point, it's like, what's even the point of the pre-shows if you're not even gonna count them or anything like that? It's like, who who gives a rat's ass about the pre-show at this point?
It's just thrown together things.
Exactly, and that's what kind of sucks about the whole thing, because like, I feel like I feel like wrestlers almost like can't even like give it their all in pre-shows because like it's so like, first of all, there's a time constraint. I don't know this for a fact, but I don't doubt it. And then second of all, it's just like you're basically there to warm up the crowd. So like, what motivation is there? You know, um, that's what kind of
Yeah,
sucks about the whole thing because like the crowd will typically be dead for the pre-show matches. Um, but how was
just
the
like
crowd? Were they?
sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes were they like
It was
receptive
like
at all?
I think at the end they were getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it was like the revival and the Usos. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't see that being bad, and they were not too bad. So they were getting the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that they, of course, not all the attention. Um,
Yeah.
but who gets them like so no one gets attention hardly anymore
Right.
nowadays, just because
Mm-hmm.
it's so like no one even has time to or like I don't know, no, just no one gets the attention nowadays, and it's a
That's
lot
true.
different.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was okay. The crowd was okay. There was actually people like sometimes they let them too late in the kickoff. The
Mm-hmm.
kickoff like started like 5 people in the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Yeah.
was it was okay.
Well, alrighty then. All right, so let's go ahead and get on to Team Raw versus Team SmackDown, the very first match of the show. Um. Uh.
Was it the first?
Yeah, it was the SmackDown Women's versus
Oh, the women.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was Shinsuke and Seth because that was the match like I had tuned into when it was live. But then I kind of laughed and didn't. So like after I got home, I saw the whole thing again, and then yeah, it was the women's. But Yeah, so the women start off Sasha Banks, Bailey, Mickey James, Nia Jax, and Tamina up against Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose. Which, by the way, uh, I thought Tamina was on what was it? I thought Tamina was on SmackDown.
But
LOL
she
brand
moved.
split.
Yeah.
Or did she move during this year's shakeup?
She apparently did, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't remember Jack, but if that was never explained, then yeah, like I said, LOL brand split. Um. So okay, so I saw this match. I didn't catch all of it. I kind of skimmed through this one. I thought Mickey James shined quite a bit. Nia Jax. For those that saw my recent post, I'm not the biggest Nia Jax fan right now. So for
Oh,
her to
booed out
be,
of the building.
yeah, yeah, and
Damn,
I
I wish I
know.
could have got. I wish I got tickets for the Staples Center just to hear that.
Honestly, it would. I can imagine how deafening it would have been. Oh my god. But no. Yeah. On top of that, like with the way she did, like with the way like crowds have been like so like against her or pretty much dead for Nia. Because let's be honest, there's not one crowd who has given Nia Jax a standing ovation. At least not from what I have
Maybe
ever seen.
WrestleMania.
Maybe, but
It was
even then.
a little bit cheers. But then she ended up having a really terrible reign, and the
Hmm.
title hold as champion was pretty bad.
Oh really?
I didn't think it was good. She lost
Hmm.
it like after like one defense.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And then she didn't
She
even
defended it.
successfully retain after that defense, did she?
No, I think she defended it successfully against Alexa, win Ronda Rousey,
Oh
and
yeah,
lost it
yeah.
to Alexa. So it was just freaking. Never mind, Alexa. I'm not talking to you. Freaking my Alexa, whatever thing, my Echo Dot just activated. Um, yeah. So ended up losing it back to her, even though she just kept carried the title for like 200 and something days,
Yeah,
which felt like an eternity.
right. No, it's if I'm being honest, like I feel like Nia Jax, like in that position, Nia Jax played the perfect transitional champion. There for when Alexa was injured or getting her apparent rumored boob job or whatever it is, and then once Alexa's ready to go again, we got Alexa back as women's champion.
Yeah, she was like a
Um,
transitional, get a one WrestleMania moment
hmm,
champion,
yeah, basically. But
like
anyway, like,
Zack Ryder when he
yeah,
won the
Zach was the
IC
definition
champion.
of transition. Zach was the definition of a pointless champion, if I'm being honest. Like,
That sucks, dude.
yeah, like in all honesty, Zach, like he should have, like, you might as well have just given the title to the Miz.
Just like right after he won it, I know you're
Yeah.
gonna beat me tomorrow. Just
Hmm.
here's it back.
Or just give it to Sammy and then make a program between Sammy and the Miz. Like I don't understand. There wasn't even anything capitalized off of that. Like
Okay, say this for
Zach,
another rant, another
yeah,
video.
huh?
Let's move on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We've been
Cause
talking
no,
about.
I'm going to rant later on. Oh, trust me, I'm going to rant, but not about this. Anyway, um, so like the match itself, I wasn't disappointed by it. I didn't really care for it much, but I wasn't disappointed by it. Um, I didn't really like Asuka being the one, being like the person to like take the final fall. And like at least the one thing I'll say is that Asuka didn't go out like a fish, which I'm okay with. She got leg dropped from behind, and then Samoan dropped or whatever. Fine, whatever. Nia Jax, I don't think should have been the domineering one, if I'm being honest.
Well, Eduardo, we're gonna capitalize on that heel heat.
I guess. Well, I guess, but
It's
like,
like the wrong heel heat though.
yeah. If I'm
It's
being,
like you injured
mm,
someone. Like I
mm,
hate you. Like get off my screen. Not
right.
oh yeah, you're a bad guy. I don't like you. No, I hate you. Like I really don't
Hmm.
like you.
Like,
It's like that kind of thing.
exactly. And I'm just like I'm kind of annoyed because Asuka's a person who has literally needed a pay per view in quite some time. To my knowledge, she lost to the Iconics. She also lost to Carmella twice. She lost
Oh God, those are
to
bad.
yeah, she lost to a couple of people. So it's like she really could have benefited off of this win. But it's whatever though. Nia got her win. She got her time to shine, even though it really wasn't needed. Um, and I and like Alexa being there made no sense. She was what? She's like the manager for them or
The captain
captain?
that doesn't fight
Interesting.
though.
Interesting. That's yeah. I don't understand Alexa being there. If you're gonna have Alexa there, you might as well just had her fight. You know. Tamina did not get any better off of that, and no disrespect to Tamina either. Alrighty, do you have anything to say on your piece?
Yeah, the match was okay. The build up like on Raw was pretty goddamn terrible. Because it was like Alexa and whatever, and her trying to form her battle team of just nothing but heels,
Mhm.
and what do you call it? And then like, so actually, if you didn't watch Raw, Natalia and Ruby Riott were actually on the team before Sasha and Bailey, but apparently they fought before the match even took place, and so they had to replace them with freaking Bailey and Sasha because Ruby Riott and Natalia had like a really cringy feud where Ruby's kind of like poking fun at Anvil's death, which I never
Oh,
liked those stories. I never liked those kind of freaking stories. It's kind of
yeah.
it's just messed up. I never liked them.
Especially if like the person's like deceased in real life.
Like I remember when I
It's
was a kid,
tasteless.
it was like the one where like Randy like make fun of Eddie Guerrero. I never liked that. Like I never thought those
Yeah.
were good. It's
Mhm.
just messed up. And
Honestly, and it's like it honestly doesn't even like help anyone. Like Ruby does not come across as a good heel. She just comes across as like an asshole in real life. You know.
and then yeah, it's just not good.
Like honestly, like hell, I can even I can even understand when people were mad about the whole CM Punk and Undertaker feud, or they were getting mad about the whole Paul Bearer thing. I can understand that. Even though I was okay with that feud, I could still understand why people were very offended by that. Um, like, but yeah, it was just that just sounds like super tasteless. And knowing WWE, it was just yeah.
It was pretty dumb. And then
So what happened?
so
Did they
then they
get
went
injured or?
no, they just fought apparently. Like they didn't even show a fight. They just said they fought and that they were gonna work together. So
Hmm.
they just replaced them with Sasha and Bailey, and then boom, the match happened. Then people like Tamita got like eliminated like instantly or something. I forgot who
Hmm.
else got eliminated
Well,
instantly.
yeah.
And then uh I went back and forth. Mandy was actually doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's what
Mandy.
I noticed. Like
She
Mandy
was
was.
like I thought she was gonna get pushed. Like when they were gonna do the battle royal, I don't know. They did a women's battle royal. That's how Asuka got a shot at the title.
Hmm.
Is gonna get a shot at TLC. I
Hmm.
thought Mandy was gonna end up winning, or at least be the second to last person because of
Because
she
she
was
did
doing
really
really
good right here.
good.
Huh?
She was doing really good.
Yeah,
She
I
got
saw
like
her
an
shine. Like,
elimination or two,
hmm
and
Mandy
I
is
like those
definitely.
knees, man. Those knee
Honestly,
hits
I
or
love how
whatever.
she does them. Like the little bicycle knees. Like boom.
Yeah, they look like
Mhm.
they're pretty brutal.
Yeah, like even
Especially when
Seth
you hear
can't
the
top that.
slap, and they're pretty good. I think because she just has those like you can tell she has muscular legs, man. So she
Yeah.
could just kick you right in the leg.
Yeah, I thought no, but yeah, when I was watching Mandy go, she was yeah, she did shine quite a bit, and I like that cuz like Mandy could be like one of WWE's like homegrown success stories,
Yeah,
which
because
they
she's
don't have too.
good.
Mhm.
She's not. I don't think she's really that good in the mic, but she doesn't really have that much shine to shine.
Mhm.
But she is a good wrestler. When she
Mhm.
does do it, she's. I think she's a lot better than Sonya.
Yeah.
Um, I never even pay attention to Sonya, and I
Yeah.
think if they take them apart, I think Mandy could at least be a champion one
Like when
day.
this Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's all I've to say. If
Oh,
you
okay.
gonna talk,
Well, like when they eventually break up, which they inevitably will, I can easily see Sonya Deville coming off as the good guy that everybody's supposed to support, and Mandy Rose being the damn heel that everybody's gonna hate. And honestly, like Mandy Rose to me is the person they wanted Eva Marie to be. Like just like every single time I look at her, every single time I see her wrestle, it's just it works. And I'm a big fan of Mandy. Alrighty, so let's
and
go ahead
so
and. Oh, sorry.
yeah, the match was pretty good. It was okay.
Hmm.
Uh, Nia won to get, I guess, the heat from, you know, and get rewarded for hurting people. I'm guessing
I
that's
don't
like the third
understand.
person. That's like the third person. Sure, like hurt Zelina Vega.
She's hurt more people. I mean, I
It's
remember when she damn near injured Charlotte's career off of a shoulder breaker. I don't know if you remember that from last year.
just she's rough.
Yeah,
And, cool it.
and but yeah, but yeah, I'll definitely speak my piece on Naya and rant about her later. Let's go ahead and get on to the Intercontinental Championship match versus the United States Championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. What are your thoughts on this match?
I watched bits and pieces. I saw like the end too.
Hmm.
So Shinsuke needed the win, but
Hmm.
you'll find out, or if you already know, it already like ties into the story of freaking SmackDown just getting squashed, and it was like I thought they were gonna be super fast paced. I didn't want it like I don't care if it's long or not. Like I don't care if it's like 10 minutes and they just go at it for 10 minutes. Just I wouldn't even mind Shinsuke even losing if they just had a great match.
Hmm.
Like they could work together. They both got good kicks. They're both like
Hmm.
strikers. They got Seth got the pretty moves. Like it could have just made a good match. I really think. And then probably if they were like in NXT, they probably could have had an amazing match if
Yeah.
they were given the ability. But of course they don't. Uh,
Hmm.
they're probably running on a time schedule, so they give it. So Daniel Bryan could take 15 more suplexes. Um, give him an extra 10 minutes for the main event. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I should have been way better. It should have. It's just the two people are too good to not have a bad match like that.
Hmm. Yeah. So, okay, my thing is not really contrary, more as over a little more accepting. And I think this is only because I haven't seen wrestling in a while, so I didn't really put any sort of glasses on. I just kind of spectated as a fan here. Um, this was my first match back from about 4 or 5 months, right? I saw this match. I found it pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty good. But I did kind of expect more, if I'm being honest. Like, I did want to see more strong style from Shinsuke, cause that's the thing. These two can both be very stiff. They can both make a noise. And like honestly, I felt like I got none of that. I didn't really like the I don't want to call them rest holds. I didn't really like that they were doing like a submission after submission after submission. Sometimes you don't really need that, in my opinion. Sometimes you can you can get the crowd invested with different moves, and that's what I'm saying. Like I wanted like a more fast paced match, like you. I just I don't know. I liked it, but it wasn't what I was expecting. Do you, do you feel like if they had more time, they could have given a better match?
I don't know, like time. They didn't need time. They just needed to speed it up. Really, they needed to do
Mhm.
something. They're
Mhm.
not submission people. They're freaking strikers. They're you know
Mhm.
Seth is supposed to be doing the high flying. You
Mhm.
know that's what they're about, and they should have. It should have ended like that. In at
Mhm.
least a fast paced, freaking
Yeah.
hearing the slaps, people just getting super kicked or freaking kneed to the face. It could have
Yeah.
been amazing.
Hmm. And I feel like they also, if they had capitalized on that, like if they had done that, that would have been a good way to capitalize on the momentum they were getting. Because I remember, like from the get go of the match, people were chanting, "Nakamura, burn it down! Nakamura, burn it down!" Like that would have gotten people hot for this match. But again, it is what it is. In my opinion, Shinsuke should have won this because, I mean, just as John and I were talking about before, Shinsuke needs quite a win. I mean, he's been on a hell of a losing streak, and
And he's a champion. And he's a champion being a losing streak.
like honestly, like why does he need to be on a losing streak? This guy
And the
was
man is
undefeated.
freaking. The man is like freaking in the middle, like of like Randy Orton tight like feuds. Like every time, like they're gonna go against the United States champion to get the title, Randy Orton always butts in and saves
Is that
Shinsuke. They're
right?
like, yes, that's happened with Jeff, and that's happened with Ray. Like
Hmm.
that's like too many times.
Hmm. Didn't Randy Orton target Ty Dillinger at one point as well?
Yeah, and they were feuding for the United States champion, I
Oh my
believe.
god. Okay. No, well, yeah, okay, what that tells me is that we're inevitably getting Shinsuke versus Ty Dillinger, or no, Ty Dillinger, Randy Orton. Um, imagine, oh my God, Ty Dillinger's actually getting screen time. No, but yeah, that's what I think we're getting. Where is Ty? You know what? I don't even care. I'm not even gonna ask. But Randy Orton and Shinsuke, I think that'll be a good match. But I think, like, apart from that, though, like, Shinsuke has been on a hell of a losing streak. This guy was undefeated at one point, just like Asuka. And then he comes over to the main roster, and he's in the main event scene for a majority of his face run. And then he goes into the face run, and right as he was eliminated, right as he was done with WrestleMania, he drops from being this great what do I want to say? This great main event, like stellar. There you go, stellar wrestler who's very hard to defeat. To being the mid card guy who everybody is practically beating. You know what I mean? Jeff Hardy had him practically beat at one point. Shinsuke lost to Rey Mysterio, which, by the way, I felt like that should have been more of a World Cup final match than Shane McMahon versus Dolph Ziggler. I'm just saying. Um,
At least let Dolph win. Like, come on,
like
man.
honestly, Dolph Ziggler, like I don't understand. Like you could have had Dolph Ziggler be the best in the world. Like the man freaking beat Kurt Angle and clean too. Like did he really need to lose to Shane? Like
Gotta get those McMahon babies on top.
I guess, but jeez,
After
no.
they chant CM Punk.
I could not believe that when I saw it. Like Shane looked good, but I still couldn't believe it. Um, it's whatever though. But going back to this, like Shinsuke, he should not have lost. I think he needed to salvage at least some momentum, or at least kick out of a curb stomp or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, these things happen. Um, Seth Rollins, look, Seth Rollins winning. I'm not against it because look, we lost Roman Reigns. Braun is getting injured, or Braun got injured, and they need a they need a they need a top baby face on on top, for lack of a better word. Go ahead, give it to Braun. But I mean, like, you could even have Dean Ambrose interfere, which I honestly thought was going to happen. I thought Dean Ambrose was going to interfere.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
All these storylines didn't even take place
Like, there was
in
no
like
continuity whatsoever in this.
in freaking Survivor Series. It was just it felt like a live event or something where
Pretty
like
much.
nothing matters.
Like, in all honesty. Um, but basically, a piss. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, just fine.
Okay. So, yeah, sorry. So, this was basically a piss on.
You said cut off again.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, sorry about that. No, but yeah, this was basically a piss on SmackDown type show. And yeah, that's what I didn't like about it. All right. So have we said our piece on Nakamura Rollins?
yeah.
Okay. Let's go over to the Raw Tag Team Champions versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really pay a damn bit of attention to this match. All I remember was the finish, as corny as it was. That's all I remember. Um, what did you
That
think of
and
this
Enzo
match?
Amore.
Hmm.
Do you know Enzo Amore was in the crowd?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw him. Like I could see him in the corner saying his little thing.
Uh, oh really? He was like in like you could see him during the match?
He was front row,
Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't see him.
and he stood on his chair and was saying whatever the bada boom, bada bing, whatever. I already forgot what it.
Taking his
I
own
honestly,
taking
I
his own
used to,
catchphrase too seriously.
yeah, I used to like remember the catchphrase. I already forgot
Mhm.
what the whole catchphrase from.
Mhm.
Like, I forgot it.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about Enzo until now. So he was like, he looked like ET or something. He had a hood on, and with like a fake wig on, and he was hiding in the front row, and then stood up in his chair, and then he got tackled by a security guard. So
Oh
people
my
were
god.
paying more attention to him than that tag team champ or the tag team match.
That is some straight up asshole. That was like that's some bullshit. Especially for Enzo to do that shit to like his former colleagues. Like no, that sucks. Like honestly, like I come out of that like really feeling bad for all six of those guys or seven or however many that were out there performing.
Three. Oh
Huh?
no, wait, six. Because there's like, okay, I don't understand. There was like the Big Show with him, which now the Big Show's
Oh no.
gone.
Yeah. Never mind. The six. Sorry.
Yeah,
For some reason I was thinking New Day, but no. Um. But yeah, Drake Maverick as well. But yeah, like anyway, the match itself I don't really remember. I think there was like one cool little sequence, or no, sorry. I noticed that the Authors of Pain have a new finish. Is that right?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to them.
Hmm. Yeah, because they used to have like the Russian leg sweep with the clothesline. Now they have like some little thing where like it's like
It's like
a
a power bomb.
yeah, like a type of power bomb. No.
Mhm. Yeah, they
Uh.
do.
Yeah. Um. Well, I mean, at that point, I would just have them do the old double power bomb, have them collide, and then slam them down. That I kind of miss. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really care much for this match. Um, yeah, the finish was corny with Drake Maverick pissing his pants, which was, which I mean, if I'm being honest, I felt like they must have had like some sort of tube or something. Mm. Like
Yeah, it
like
because there was like a little spurt of water. It wasn't
there was
even
a
like
tell, yeah.
it was like not even pee. Like it looked like just you like spurt like a little drop of water, and it wasn't
Hmm.
even a lot. So was he like half afraid or something? And then they always, you know, I like Cesaro and Sheamus, but they are like prone to like losing the crowd constantly.
Hmm.
Like it always happens to them. Like again, like with the beach balls and you know,
And that
it's
shit
always
pisses
them.
me off.
It's
Yeah.
always them though. It's like they don't attract the crowd anymore. Like
And that really kind of
so
sucks, especially because
um
from. Oh, sorry,
they're
go ahead.
really good. It's just they don't catch the crowd anymore. I
Hmm.
think they're like they're good, but I think their tag team is dying for popularity.
Hmm.
And they're always losing though. I liked Authors of Pain that they won. Good for them. But they won stupidly. They didn't even won really like legit. And then Sheamus and Cesaro are always losing constantly. Like they lost to the New Day, and then they just lost to the Usos, and they're
Really.
tag team champions.
Hmm.
So they're always constantly losing, like to like Seth and Dean. Like they lose like too much, and they're like cowardly heels. It seems like before they were just like brutes that would go out there because freaking Cesaro is super strong and Sheamus is huge too. So like they should be treated differently, not like the way they're treated like always. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons why they're kind of always lose the crowd.
Hmm. I mean, if there's anything I do remember off the bar, is that they're definitely they have been definitely very inconsistent, and I mean that by how their characters are treated, not by themselves. Like in the ring, yeah, they're consistent, they're strong, they're stellar, all that. But like, I'm like literally like half like memorized with these guys. Like sometimes they're cowardly, sometimes they're like ready to fight. It's just like I don't know. I lose my interest with these guys. And yeah, you're right. Like they always tend to lose the interest, or they always tend to be the guys that who the crowds lose interest in, and that kind of sucks because like Cesaro in. I'm not picking on Cesaro here, but he's a guy who everybody wants to see get pushed and go into the main event and all this other stuff and blah 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 blah. But yet, like for as many people who have Cesaro section signs and the Cesaro section T-shirts, they sure as hell don't show any support for this guy, and that's just what pisses me off the most. It's just like this guy does not. It is hard to push a guy you do not invest in. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
how are people going to expect somebody like Cesaro to be pushed into the main event if you're playing with a goddamn beach ball, if you're paying attention to some idiot in the crowd, and although I don't really fault them entirely for that, because it's freaking Enzo Amore who's acting a fool, it's still like, dude, that was like 15 seconds, and then all of a sudden you lose interest in the guy. No, it doesn't work like that. Especially not in a company like this. The WWE will give any excuse not to push a guy they don't like. Anyway, that's one of my rants for the day. Kind of feels good to do that again. But But yeah, the match itself. Okay, so I didn't really talk about the match. I don't really remember it. All I remember was the finish, so it was completely forgettable. Seeing Cesaro and Sheamus lose to guys who are barely like first year not first year wrestlers, but like first year on the main roster. Although it's cool putting over the new guys, the the bar just wasn't were not the people to lose to them. I just I'm sorry. Um. So next, let's get on to Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy. Unless you had any final thoughts, John.
No, please move on.
Okay. Sí, 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 sí. Yes, sir. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, move on.
Okay. All right. So that's gonna be edited out. Um. So give me just 1 second. All right. Cool. So all right. So we have the cruiserweight championship match. Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy. What did you think of this match?
Not bad. Not bad
Mm-hmm.
match. Pretty good. They didn't get hardly any attention, but by the end they did get some attention. Um, so good for them. They
Mm-hmm.
did pull in the crowd a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They went at it. Wasn't very long, but they did have some spots. Whatever that Mustafa Ali flip onto the ground, he always does. This freaking looks painful. I always see that on Instagram though, because I never watched 205, but
Mm-hmm.
um, whenever I do see that, it's looks like it's freaking painful, but it looks awesome. Um, I think they've had like some good matches them. So
Yeah.
glad that it was pretty good. It was a line up from kind of two boring matches to see something that kind of caught my eye again to keep me watching.
Mm. I'm definitely big on the Buddy Murphy character that they're having. I like how he's literally not the chicken shit heel. He's actually like willing to fight and like I like how he is. Very much like Drew McIntyre's character. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
hmm Um the aggression he played in this match I thought was good. Um yeah, I was very yeah, I was very entertained by this match. But in the end, to see Murphy win, I was like, okay, this was definitely the right guy won, for sure. All right, so next, and kind of surprisingly, if I'm being honest, because we had the 5-on-5 men's elimination match, and I did not expect that because I was kind of hoping for this to be last because just tradition, but oh well. Is it weird that like in the middle of this match, because I missed the entrances, I kind of skipped the entrances. In the middle of this match, I see over on the tag partner side, I see Rey Mysterio, and like before, because it didn't show his whole face, I instantly thought to myself, Sin Cara is on the SmackDown Survivor Series team. Is it weird that I thought that?
wait, what?
Okay, sorry, I talked. My bad. Okay, so let me re-clarify. So, like, I skipped the entrances, right?
Yes.
I saw like a shot of all like the whole ring with both teams on both sides, and then instantly I look at Rey Mysterio and mistook him for Sin Cara because of the way
Oh,
he was like dressed and his mask.
okay.
Is that weird or is that
Yeah.
okay? All right, no, but okay, so let's go on to the match itself. Joe getting eliminated, I was kind of
Oh,
like,
that pissed me off. That was so stupid. Man, Joey's just getting squashed left and right.
I
He just gets
was
beat by AJ, then just eliminated with one. I understand Drew McIntyre's strong, and that kick is like that Claymore kick, but it's Joe, and it's the
yeah.
beginning of the match. Why? So it's like,
I
why the hell would you eliminate them? And people were booing, they were pissed
I
because
liked it
that
and
was
hated
so
it.
dumb.
Sorry, yeah. I liked it and hated it at the same time because like you said it's Joe, but then the way that happened all just was perfect at the same time cuz like literally it played on both characters. Joe like literally Joe literally capitalized on Drew turning his back, right? And then almost made McIntyre tap. And then McIntyre athletically reversed out of that and instantaneously kicked the shit out of Joe. So like, excuse me, sorry. So like that I'm not mad about. But for the fact that it was Joe who took the fall there, brother, I have no words. I have no words. I think if you're going to do the fast elimination, if anything, it should have been Jeff Hardy or The Miz. But
Or Shane.
or yeah, or hell, even Shane. But yeah, even Shane. I don't even care. Not Joe or Ray. But anyway, it was still a really good match. I like the interaction between Finn and Ray. I didn't like Finn pretty much losing, but oh well, that's life. And Finn always pretty much gets squashed by life. Um, yeah. Any thoughts on this match, John? What were your thoughts?
Okay, so I have a lot. Okay, so let me talk about the teams. Okay, so Daniel Bryan became the WWE champion, so he got kicked off the team or whatever.
Wait, why did he get kicked off the team?
Well, because he's a champion now.
Oh,
He's
okay.
WWE champion, so he
Mm-hmm.
has to fight Brock now.
Wait, so
Um,
who was his replacement?
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff? Okay.
Jeff Hardy. Okay, but the thing that pisses me off is Shane. Why does he always have to be in he takes a place of a superstar that goes out every week and has a match that he takes a place that someone should have.
Mm-hmm.
Rusev, Andrade, not Andre,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
I love
uh,
that you even rolled
you know,
your R's when he said that.
you
Andrade.
know, those two guys, you know, should have been on the team. Like, I would rather have him than Shane. Shane doesn't not need to be on every freaking SmackDown team. Like, what is he gonna be like 85? And he's like, I'm about to lead SmackDown to victory. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like his like kicks or whatever, or his
Mm-hmm.
punches. The only thing was that elbow, and I think they should have just said someone else, someone on the
Mm-hmm.
team, not like because I was like, okay, Miz is captain, that's perfect. That means
Mm-hmm.
Shane is not captain this year, but he's still gonna be on the team. I'm like, oh my god, are you like serious?
Ridiculous. Uh-huh. No.
And this
Oh,
is
sorry.
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. And to add to that, you know who would have been perfect since they lost Daniel Bryan?
Who?
AJ Styles. He was not on the card at all. And how you figure Shane McMahon and Jeff Hardy into the SmackDown into the Survivor Series card and not AJ Styles? That
Uh,
boggles my mind.
I have something to say. The reason he wasn't on it because of it was Daniel Bryan that did that to him. He's the one because after he did win the WWE champion, he
Mhm.
kicked AJ on the head like several like 20 times or something.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm pretty sure they were playing off an injury or like,
Oh, okay.
that he needs to take a couple days off because he even said on the following he's like I wasn't cleared to be at Survivor Series. I wasn't cleared to be at SmackDown because he also wasn't at SmackDown either
Oh, really?
the next on Tuesday. So he's like, "Oh, I wasn't cleared for these 2 days." So that's why he wasn't on the roster because then,
Hmm.
you know, I would have him replaced, but I think they wrote him out by doing that little stunt so he
Okay.
could get a little bit of a break or something. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, it made sense because Daniel Bryan is like now a psychopath heel or something. Like
I
he's like
don't fully
he's
understand his new
crazy or something.
character. Yeah.
He's like crazy, like he's like went
Hmm.
insane. Like that's like his character. It's like
Hmm.
he's like has like a maniacal look. He will do anything. He likes it. He likes
Hmm.
getting beat up. He likes beating people up. It's like
Hmm.
he doesn't care. He goes out there and he just looks for a fight. And I think that's what his new character is. He said Daniel
Hmm.
Bryan is dead. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Hmm.
the new me, and
Yeah,
which
because when I
makes
saw,
sense ish.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, because at first, like, honestly, like I had not even like I had not really picked up on Daniel Bryan's like new character like till after his match, but we'll get to that later. Um, what are your thoughts on the match itself? Like, did you like anything? Did you hate anything?
Samoa Joe, that was out of nowhere. The
Uh
thing that made me more mad was poor Ziggler, man. That guy's he's just
huh.
haunted by Shane McMahon, dude. I feel so bad
Shane
for
is his
him.
kryptonite, huh?
I guess he gets freaking one coast to coast and gets again 1, 2, 3, gets eliminated.
Uh
Freaking poor guy, dude, getting coast to coast, and
like
apparently that's all it takes.
I wish I was like I wish that I was playing like an on-screen commentator just so that I could give so much shit to Michael Cole and Renee Young and like even Corey Graves. Cause like I remember they were like talking a whole bunch of shit, and I was sitting here thinking like, what the hell would I say if I was there? Oh my god.
It's abysmal. It was crap.
Mhm.
Why, like Ziggler was just a freaking IC champion.
Uh huh.
Freaking was just IC champion. Freaking was just a tag team champion, which their tag team champion reign was so short reign. They should have had like a long reign.
Right.
McIntyre and Ziggler. I was hoping that their reign was going to be like 200 days or something long. I think they
Yeah.
would have been amazing because freaking McIntyre,
Uh
he
huh.
deserved that long reign because they work together really well. I do like seeing them together, but now
Mhm.
apparently they're not even friends anymore or something. Um, McIntyre's like, dude, you suck. You lose to McMahon every day, and
Yeah. I mean, if I was McIntyre, and since I'm a heel, I would think the damn same thing. Like, um,
like, dude, you can't even beat this like 50-year-old man, dude.
uh, like who else? What else would I say?
This is just that was annoying. I'm trying to think. Miz was like cowardly. He never hardly went in. Shane like did a lot of he got clotheslined by Braun. Mostly McIntyre the entire time. End up getting Finn eliminated. Who else is on the Raw team? Bobby Lashley. So it was Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman. Oh, it was freaking Ziggler.
Yeah.
Uh, freaking. It was just. It was
Mhm.
good. It was entertaining at really. It was really entertaining at points. Some
Mhm.
of the points were really stupid, like the Ziggler thing. You did
Yeah.
not need to lose to McMahon again. He
Yeah.
really didn't need to
One
lose.
thing that also.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
no, I'm just trying to like find all my words.
Okay.
And it's like, but it was okay. It was entertaining. Some things were stupid. Some things were good.
Mhm. Yeah, the one thing that really annoyed me, because I know you're sick of Shane, but Personally, I'm sick of Braun Strowman. Like I just can't stand seeing him, especially in elimination type matches because he's always gonna be the guy that's left standing, and it pisses me off every time. And for 3 years in a row, we've seen Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman, and it's just been annoying ever since. But alright, let's go ahead on to the next match. We had Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Okay, so initially we were supposed to have Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. So, what are your thoughts on the injury? On the injury that happened, the incident
What injury? Or
with
just him getting
Becky
beat up?
Lynch. Mm-hmm.
Oh, with her injury, it sucks. That really sucked. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think it was real for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't want to believe it. It was pretty disappointing. I really wanted
Mm-hmm.
to see. I knew Becky was probably gonna end up losing or something,
Mm-hmm.
or or either getting disqualified. I would have seen
Yeah.
that. I don't see Ronda losing. I hope she loses one day. Like I don't want her to be Brock. I
Mm-hmm.
really hope that she got beat in the UFC. So why can't she get beat here? Um, it was like it was kind of annoying that Nia did that and is not careful. Especially you're not careful with the freaking SmackDown Women's Champion,
Uh-huh.
the champion out of all people.
Uh-huh.
Like my God, that is the number one priority right there to not to be careful with.
Uh-huh.
It made her look cool. It rose Becky to power though. Like she's even more over now.
Yeah.
With the bloody face and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I the match, you know, I didn't mind Charlotte, taking in, but like the little hug thing they did was kind of weird. Especially because they just face each other and hated each other. Now they like each other, but now they hate each other again,
Yeah,
which is stupid.
I thought about that too. Like they're back to feuding. Becky's back to being a face.
Bipolar, freaking Charlotte or bipolar Becky, whoever is bipolar here. It's
Mm-hmm.
just dumb. Why is it again? I
And I was
like
thinking like,
their feud, but
yeah.
it shouldn't happen again. They don't need it.
Mm-hmm. The thing that okay, this is what pisses me off. Nobody, okay, everybody likes to jump on Brie Bella, who hasn't wrestled in 3 years, right? And yet, apparently, there are so many people who don't have the balls to call Nia Jax out on her shit, and that pisses me off because like she has this is not her first time, by the way, and I'm not mad that it was Becky Lynch. I'm mad that it was another injury, right? She's injured Emma when Emma just came back. She injured Charlotte. And on top of that, she also damn near ended her career, as I previously mentioned. And then this, like all the other times, I can understand shit happens, but
And Zelina
like,
Vega.
okay, yeah. Then there's also Selena Vega. She's injured. She's now injured all four of the horsewomen. But like I'm saying,
Too many.
yeah. And then even Alexa Bliss, who was the star, who was like Raw's top star at one point, and and still she's getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and it's ridiculous. When we could be seeing Sasha Banks be the top heel right now, you know what I mean? And I don't care that much for Sasha Banks. I like her character. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not like super on Sasha Banks. Not right now, but I would much rather have Sasha Banks than Nia Jax. Right, but more on top of that, Nia Jax. This was not an accident. How do you hit someone the way that she hit Becky Lynch on accident? How do you
No,
throw
that
a
looks so
punch like that?
intentional.
Huh?
That looked really intentional.
That did look intentional. Like there's no excuse. I have nothing. I have no way of defending her. and literally nobody can defend her because how do you punch somebody like that on accident? There are ways of protecting people with your punches. Becky Lynch actually did it before Nia Jax. Maybe Nia Jax should take some notes, as far as I'm concerned, because that was just ridiculous to me. And then for people to be like, "Oh, shit happens." Yeah, shit happens, but still, like, and for people to get on Brie Bella, it's ridiculous. Um, but anyway, Nia Jax right now really should not even be pushed right now. If I'm being honest, if I saw that right now, and if I was a promoter, I would demote Nia Jax. That looked so unprofessional. That looked literally like the worst thing I would ever want one of my wrestlers doing. But anyway, um, so we got Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. I skimmed through this match. I didn't really want to see it because honestly I feel discounted thanks to Nia Jax. But from what I saw, the crowd was really invested. It seemed like a really good match, and then Charlotte had a heel turn, and I guess not anymore. Um, I don't know what's going on there. What did you think of the match?
It was okay. It started out really good, actually.
Really?
Um, I think it started out pretty good.
That's good.
They were like, it was fast paced, which was good. My Charlotte did a spear that looked, and Ronda did sell it really nicely,
Mhm.
where it looked pretty painful. They were doing a good job. They were doing a pretty damn good job. And then they got the submissions in and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, and Charlotte ended up like escaping and stuff, and I think just gave up after a couple minutes. It wasn't very long. I think the beating up felt longer than the
Mhm.
actual match. I think it could have been good if they went all the way with the match,
Mhm.
but you know, I guess they wanted to push Charlotte now again, which I don't
Yeah.
know why. She's already freaking 7-time women champion. What is she
Mhm.
gonna tie her dad now or something?
Well, I mean that's
But
always been the plan, I think.
yeah, but freaking Rick did it like in how many, like 20 years, not like 2 years.
That's true. That's true.
So I think they should wait a little bit before they start throwing more titles on her,
Mhm.
at
Yeah, I
least.
agree. It's coming a little soon. Um.
So it was a good match. She got Ronda did take a freaking rough beating, if I
Mhm.
do say.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough.
Uh,
She
isn't
was
it?
bleeding and she was
Didn't she
bruised.
apparently like? Didn't she apparently get mad or something during that match?
Oh, because people were cheering Charlotte. People were booing the hell out of Ronda, and Ronda looked kind of pissed because they were booing her. And she's
Really?
like from LA or wherever the hell she's from. I don't know where she's from,
Mm.
but I guess from LA. And she expected the LA crowd to love her.
And what was
Um,
the reason for the backlash?
who knows? Probably because of Becky. Becky's so damn popular that they didn't care.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, I
that they just don't
guess.
care. It's
I
wrestling
guess
fans, man.
Charlotte took. I guess Charlotte took Becky's momentum or something. I don't know.
It's just freaking. It's just freaking wrestling, dude.
Mhm.
And I don't know. Maybe it's L.A. I don't know. L.A. is not that. It's pretty cruel. Um,
That's true.
that and like I think Chicago and stuff are probably like the worst crowds. Um, so yeah, she was getting booed. She looked kind of mad. I maybe she was expecting sympathy, and maybe that's what people caught on and are like, no, we're not
Mhm.
gonna give it to you. You earned. You get to earn it. Um,
Um,
So, yeah, but then she got cheered the next day, so it didn't even matter. It was
hmm,
just like one day
hmm,
where I think just Charlotte just took the spotlight for
hmm.
that day.
Makes sense. Yeah, and yeah, and I guess people are a little more familiar with Charlotte, and there's still, I guess, that stigma of, oh, former UFC fighter, former other sport player wanting to enter in the pro wrestling territory. Maybe that had a little factor into it, I feel like, but I don't know. I haven't watched wrestling in weeks or months, so it's eh beyond my like judgment. Do you have any final thoughts about this match?
That's good.
That's good. Alrighty, so let's go over the last match of the night. We have Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I did not pick up on the signs that Daniel Bryan was a heel till after the match. Like, because like I'm being honest, I when I saw him, I still saw like the goofy, aw shucks Daniel Bryan who, and he's just sitting here making fun of Brock Lesnar and like that I could see Daniel Bryan do all that stuff even as a babyface. Maybe maybe he'd take Brock Lesnar more seriously, but I could still see him doing like the shucking and jiving, the running around. And if I'm being honest, if I was wrestling Brock Lesnar, I would probably kick him in the balls too. But um, I thought to myself, this match, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. I'm gonna be honest, it gave me so much anxiety watching Daniel Bryan land on his damn head during the German suplexes. And I was watching it with my girlfriend, and even she was like, "Baby, how can you watch stuff?" I'm like, I didn't even have an answer at this point. Like, ugh, it just that was what got me. I cringed, I winced, ugh. But like everything after that, after the barrage of German suplexes, I thought was pretty fun. Because Brock Lesnar, he almost lost, and honestly, I was honestly so invested to the point where I thought Brock Lesnar was actually going to like tap out to Daniel Bryan. But of course, that didn't come to fruition. And I saw this and I thought it was good, but yeah, I thought if Daniel Bryan was a babyface, he should have won here. I thought that would have been the time for Brock Lesnar to lose, but Daniel was a heel, so I understand it now. John, your thoughts on this match?
It was good. I was afraid that he was gonna freaking lose. And those freaking suplexes looked very hard on him.
Hmm.
He was just getting thrown so hard.
Yeah, I
They were
thought Daniel was
flying.
gonna have to retire, or that they were gonna stop the match.
But then I freaking kicked him in the nuts, got the kick,
Hmm.
and
I
I
laughed
knew it
at
wasn't
that
gonna be a
shit.
1, 2, 3 though, even though
Hmm.
how much I wanted it to.
Hmm.
But then it started doing really good. It started ended up really good, and then of course Brock ended up doing the one F5. Just that's all it takes apparently, except Roman Reigns, and that's it. Or
Hmm.
Undertaker. Oh, and
Hmm.
Braun did too. You know,
Yeah.
for the first time. Wow, it was like surprising. I don't
Hmm.
know why he didn't do it. Maybe the first 5 times that he faced him, but yeah. But I would have if Daniel Bryan liked pain and stuff, like how he's trying to like play his character, it would have been cool if he did kick out of one F5. You know, he would have took a second one and would have got 1, 2, 3. But I
Honestly,
think
I was really hoping he would have kicked out of at least one.
it would have been kind of cool that he did take, and it kind of will show him that he is better than HA, and that he is like freaking a new man. That he is now like way different. That he even it's just one F5. Hardly no one kicks out of it, so
Hmm.
it would have been like really good for him to do it actually and actually kick out. I think it would have made him look way stronger than he is.
Mhm. Yeah. Um. I I hope I hope like as I'm watching this, I hope that this is a sign that that Daniel that Daniel's what do I want to say? Okay, I hope after watching this match that this is a sign that Daniel's heel turn is short term at best. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like the new maniacal character. If I'm being honest, I still don't understand it. I, he's he's supposedly crazy. And at first, when I saw the promo after SmackDown, I thought that he was playing. I thought that like Sister Abigail got into Daniel Bryan again or some bullshit like that. Um, I
He's
don't know
Brie
though.
Bella this time.
Yeah, I hope I hope it's short term because like Daniel Bryan being heel makes no sense. And and yeah, it really just makes no sense altogether. It was it's not like Daniel Bryan wasn't doing anything. I mean, the guy freaking had the world in the palm of his hands for crying out loud. Um, I don't know. I definitely liked last year's match better with AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar, and I really wanted to see Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles this year again, because I was really wondering like they planted seeds for the second match, and then on top of that, I why did they even switch it? I don't understand. What was the reason for the switch? Just shock value?
I guess. I think if they wanted him to lose the championship, they should have did it the next night.
Yeah.
AJ maybe beats him, maybe not beat him, but he has an even more better fight where he even gets even closer. Maybe
Mhm.
even kicks out an F5.
Yeah.
Um and takes it fully to the limit.
Mhm.
And I think that would have been a good match. He's kind of injured. Daniel Bryan pisses him off. Boom. AJ Styles gets his championship,
Mhm.
taken away because he's pretty banged up from the last night.
Yeah.
So that would have made a lot more sense
Mhm.
that, he got like
Mhm.
really beat up, couldn't really defend it.
Mhm.
But, he's AJ Styles, so he'll defend it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing I did like from this match was Daniel Bryan conking Brock Lesnar in the head like after he like broke the lock the first time and just boom boom kept going cuz like that's like what anybody would do like in that instance like why is it after someone breaks the lock after the first time that automatically means they can't lock it back in or like hit them or try or anything like that's good attention to detail. I like that. Um sorry, did I were you like I'm sorry. I feel like I cut you off.
No, he didn't.
Okay. Alrighty. So, is there any like final thoughts that you have before we wrap this up?
No, it was like okay. Of course, freaking Raw just got squashed.
Hmm.
Rest in peace. Uh, but yeah, it was entertaining at points, and it was not entertaining at points.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I don't know if these dual brand pay-per-views are any better than the single brand pay-per-views.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the single brand pay per views better, especially because that means SmackDown has to have a main event at some point.
This is the first time the WWE Championship has main evented in forever.
Hmm. And
Like
even then they
literally.
lose. It's like, mm.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and wrap the show up here. No buyer sales of the week. No. Well, do you want to do a match recommendation?
Uh,
If not, then
no,
that's cool. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Uh, oh, no wait. I don't know if you watched Raw
Well,
this
just go ahead
past
and
week.
recommend it anyway.
No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. It's not a recommendation. I just want to talk about something.
Oh, go for it.
So, like, I guess since now it's like a new stable with McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley, with Baron Corbin taking like the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's like they threw like two matches for TLC together of Elias versus Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre just to throw in two matches.
Mm-hmm.
There's like no build up to them. They
Yeah.
just announced them on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, okay. The Bobby Lashley last match, although I like both competitors, that just doesn't sound like a combination that'll mix very well. But Finn Balor versus Drew, I definitely want to look at that match, so I'm not complaining on that part. But yeah, I don't understand that. Um, they
Watch
just
them not have a U.S. championship match.
mm,
They just don't even care. And there's not going to be a Universal Championship match either.
mm,
Jesus. What is even the point of having that
yeah.
title? Just bring the World Heavyweight Championship back.
Honestly, I want to see that title again. I miss that title. Um, Alrighty. Well, anyway, so no match recommendation of the week.
Mm, no.
Okay. Any
Oh, wait,
final things?
yeah.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
just watched. For the. I've never watched it in my life. But I just watched it. The very first Hell in the Cell match.
Ooh.
And versus. Or Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. I never thought of watching it. I never thought of it. I knew it was good. Like, I've seen clips. But I watched the whole damn thing. And it
Mm-hmm.
was pretty damn good. It was a
That's
good
good, man.
match. It's brutal. It's
Mm-hmm.
freaking. It was. I think it's one of WWE's like only 5-star matches actually.
Yeah.
Couple
Really.
only. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Alrighty.
it was really
Oh,
good.
sorry.
Might as well watch it, dude.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I haven't watched already.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Well then, since you brought one up, I'm gonna bring one up, and that is going to be Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. NXT Takeover Dallas. That's one that I always recommend. It's always one of my favorites. Always will be. Loved it. Still love it. And yeah, that's pretty much that. I know I'm going a little more modern. um, alrighty here. So we're good to go. Do you have any final things you would like to talk about?
Uh, stay truthful.
Okay. Taken from our truth. That was a bad joke.
If you
But
find
anyway,
if you find a dollar, plant it into the ground, and it will grow a tree.
wise wise words from John Scare. I okay. All right. All right. Stay tuned, everybody. Have fun. I love you all. Not really,
Eat
but
avocados.
I'll see you the next time I podcast. See you guys. Plant a dollar into the what?